Okay, so let's get started here. Slight delay here. I had to reset my stuff up, but we're good now. Also, let me turn this up just a bit on my for my headphone purposes. There you go. Yo, what up, Eric? How you doing? Let me go with this right here. And welcome, Delante. Welcome, welcome. They got Heihachi. Look at that. Doing good. I'm doing pretty well. I was, just got back from out there, and I had to turn the RMA something. So that's what we're a little late. Yeah, you like that? This like we have Heihachi at home, right? This is what he is right here. All right, let's go. Oh dang, 6 Saint courts. Okay, cool. Also, let me move this around a little. Oh wow, that's a long row front. 20 days. That's up there for sure. All right. He's grand ordering right now. 3 different gachas and got all SSRs very good. That's good. Right after this, you should go buy a lottery ticket as well, and play these numbers. Play these numbers. All right, here we go. Boom, boom, dong, oh, dong. I don't know. There you go. Play those numbers. See if you win something. Put $1 on it. All right, let's go. Let's go over to Olympus. I am the thunder that smites stars. Oh wait, before we do that, let's see who's in the summit. So you can get 30%. For the sake of spirit, we get 15%. Speaking of that, on another gacha, I actually won. I won a prize. I won from Grand Summoners. That was nice. So I was like, oh man. So that's like, I got like so much good luck in Grand Summoners. Yeah. Like the first time I won like a poster, and it's like it was Valerie in it, and Charlotte from Grand Summoners. It was a postcard. The second time I won, they gave me a $100 gift card. I was like, oh, this is real nice. Thank you. I can't pick 84 or 76. Oh, 1 to 49. Dang! I didn't know. All right, let's divide those numbers by 2 or 3. Wait, 1 to 49. Yeah, divided by 2. So 42 and 24. I didn't know that's how high it went. All right, let's sell this real quick. Need a 6 number? All right, let's see. The 6 number could be 1, 2. Let's see how many you beat. 3, 4. 4. Wow, there you go. 4. Let's see if you hit anything. I'm surprised if you get at least 1 number. I was like, all right, you got very lucky on that one. All right. And of course, you could always RNG. The nice thing about the lottery, you can RNG it as well. You're like, I want to pick numbers. So you let the machine RNG some numbers for you. And you can do that. You can do like that one and then 1 RNG one. Alright, let's go here. Section 18. I am the thunder that smites stars. Directly beneath the 5th tree of emptiness, Magellan. Interstellar mountainous city, Olympus, great orbital shrine, Olympia, Dodona, the center of its operations. Yeah. If it's too big, please divide the numbers and see what you get. Yeah. So divided by 2. This will be neither sacrifice nor prayer. I am not responsible for any winnings or losings. All we seek is the king of the gods' judgment. He has ruled the heavens since the dawn of time, emerging triumphant in no less than 4 Machia. By day he rules over clear blue skies, by night he conquers what lies beyond them. He is the wielder of the great thunderbolts capable of shattering stars, galaxies, even the very universe, none less than the authorities of Uranus and Cronus bow to his will. He is Zeus. Yo, hotshot, welcome. How are you doing? Just in time. We just getting started with the story. You missed the quick character maintenance thing. It was only 10 characters over, so it wasn't too bad. Oh yes, he is the great Demiurge, the one who wields the Cronus crowns for all eternity. Yep. Alright, let me actually do this too as well. I'm doing on you go. Alright, there you go. Alright. Oh, Almighty Zeus, please grace us with your presence. Tell us what should be done with this cowardly, treacherous queen. Europa. I trust you understand why you, my priestess and queen, stand here awaiting sentence like a common criminal. Uh-oh. Europa, now we need to save the queen now for sure. Lord Zeus. Well now, I simply must ask, what in the world were you thinking, O queen? Indeed, you are Heavenly Zeus's queen and priestess. You are the direct recipient of his love. And yet, this is how you repay him. With treason and treacherous. It was your guidance that enabled the pitiful dregs of the 4 Machia to vanquish both Demeter and Aphrodite. Ah, how tragic. Ah, how shameful. Even worse, it was all for nothing. No matter how hard you struggle, your proper human history home will never return. There is no longer Europe to call your mother. Call you mother. What a waste. What utter foolishness. I suppose this is simply what comes of letting humans act on their feelings. Enough, Moi. You know we have no reason to involve ourselves with Olympus affairs, Limbo. Our only job is to await the foreign god's advent. Your interference has far overstepped his bounds. Oh, believe me, I was very uncertain as to whether I should get involved. But when I saw such a deplorable spectacle unfolding before my very eyes, well, I simply couldn't help but take these matters into my own hands. Indeed, if offering up my own head would make things right, it would be a small price to pay. Gods from foreign lands. The time of judgment is at hand. There will be silence in my great shrine. Yes, of course, my most humble apologies. Forgive me for my outburst. In that case, yes, by all means. We disciples of the foreign gods humbly await your most just and righteous decision, Almighty Zeus. Please take all the time you need. Alright, is he just going to do a quick or a slow smite? What's going to happen to Europa? She's going to become Pangaea. If they're dragging her onto Zeus's altar, it's got to be because they're about to cut her head off, right? Very possibly. Dang it. I don't get it. Europa still hasn't told them our names, even though we'd make perfect scapegoats. I don't think there's a lesser sentence than death. No matter how many people you tell their names, it's not going to remove death upon her. Why not? If she just tells them us cryptids made her do it, I'm sure they at least spare her life. Oh, okay, I appreciate you stopping by. Oh, I know the feeling. Oh, that guild stuff is tiring, trust me. Like, oh, man. Some of the guilds I just check in and say, alright, you going good? Here's some aid, and then log off, you know. But yeah, hope you're having fun with that one, though. With the Blue Protocol. Yeah. Calm down, Kadak. You really should learn to think before you speak one of these days. I know Zeus agreed not to listen in our conversations as part of his track with Custodia. But we don't know for sure if he's keeping his word. You're right, I'm sorry. That said, the fact that his thunderbolts haven't already burnt us to a crisp is a good sign that he is. As for Europa, it's really not hard if you think about it. There's a very simple reason she's not saying anything. It's because she doesn't want you to die here. Or me, for that matter. Besides, I'm pretty sure she hasn't given up yet. Even now, she's chosen to remain materialized instead of ending her own life. She's really strong, isn't she? Well, of course she is. You don't get to be the mother of Europe by being weak. Karak? I'm gonna go see Woodim. I don't know if it'll make any difference, but I'm gonna try coming clean. Go for it. In the meantime, I've got something of my own I wanted to try. You're not gonna kill yourself, are you? Of course not. There's no way I'm dying in a world without David in it. Oh, really? That's how it is. No, I'm just going to make sure a certain cartoonish evil monk gets a bit of comeuppance. Alright, take care, Hotshot. Thanks for stopping by. Europa. I do not think you have gone mad. I am certain you agonize over the choice you made. However, you should have said something to me before setting down your chosen path. If you had done that, we could have avoided needless bloodshed, and gods who are now dead would still be alive. What a tragedy. I loved you, and you, I saw a chance for a Lostbelt and your human history to reach an understanding. But it seems your blood ties to your original world were stronger than I realized. What is done, and as well as I will know, but I must ask you all the same. Why? This Lostbelt, this world over which I rule, is the path this world must take for Earth to be restored, for mythology to be restored. Yo, how you doing, Savage? Welcome, welcome. I never forget here I am. This is the path humans are meant to follow, and yet... Oh yeah, check this out. Since I know you guys might like this, I'll put it in Discord, so you guys can see it too. So I got a nice little case recently. That's one reason that was slightly delayed. I was kind of some downtime. So I'll go here. It was late. Hey, listen. There was a legitimate reason why I was late. All right. Look at this. Check this out. Check this out. Oh, here we go. There you go. Bow. See? You don't like that one. I put it in the Discord. Alright. Why? Why, my queen? Why did you do it? Oh, kind and gentle Zeus. Alas, what you feel for humans like myself, my dear Zeus. Oh wait, am I gonna fight Zeus right now? It's not love. Uh-oh. She's saying, you are a great protector of humans. You do a wonderful job guiding us. I can even see genuine compassion in your eyes when you look upon us. It is, however, not the manner in which one looks upon equals. It is the manner in which one looks upon pets. Surely in your great omnipotence, you must already know that. Europa. Yo, how you doing, Scorpio? Indeed, I do. The love we give to humanity has been the love one has for pets ever since we awoke as gods. Perhaps things would have been different back then. back when we were but unthinking ships with only enough intelligence to cross the sea of stars. No, my dear Zeus, I'm afraid you are mistaken. Humanity would never have loved the ship without a heart at all. We're at in Discord. It's in the general chat. It's in general chat. So you go in there. I wasn't sure if it was FGO related, so I threw it in general chat. In the mini coding one. Almighty Zeus, King of the Gods, I am overjoyed that you decided to take a form that resembles ours. Europa, I have no doubt that the love you feel for me is genuine. However, I cannot overlook the sins you committed by aiding in the deaths of two gods. Even my twin children, the Discuri, are now gone from my interstellar mountainous city, thanks indirectly to you. Thus, it is with a heavy heart that I must pass judgment upon you. He's like, sorry, I gotta do it to you. Attention, my beloved citizen of Olympus. I, the all-powerful Zeus, bring you news from atop Great Orbital Shrine, Olympia Dodona. A decision has been made. Queen Europa, my beloved emissary from proper human history, has regrettably committed a grave sin. The deicide. She committed what? A triple kill? Well, she got Aphrodite, Demeter. Actually, no, she got a quadra kill. The two twins. Those four. Oh no, actually, I don't think she had a hand with Poseidon, or the other person. I don't think she had a hand on Poseidon. So she got quadra kill. Weep and wail, my beloved citizens. Your lamentations are my tears. Your wails are my anguish. At noon today, upon Olympia Dodona's great altar, there will be a public execution of Queen Europa, my beloved citizens. You will all be shown video of the execution. They ain't doing it like back in the day. Watch it closely. Let tears spill down your cheeks. Once the execution is over, you will be permitted to mourn the loss of our queen for the next 100 years. She doesn't have a princess as a successor though, so the lineage is gonna end. Alright, who are you gonna send out to die out there, Delonte? Because someone's gotta get picked, because you're first, right? Yeah. So let me type out the queue real quick. Alright, and we have this. And then we have this. Let's see, we have which was all right. Okay, cool. Good luck. 36 million. All right, good luck. Dang, you work fast, man. You did not joke with that. All right, good luck, man. Good luck. B6 should be good here. All right, we're using B6 again. Okay, because we used her last time. We used Azrael's B6. All right, here we go. Let's see if you pop up at all. Oh, dang, you're the first one here. All right, let's see. Oh, there she is. Never mind, she's over here. Wait, B6 is Nero, right? It's not like Koinskaya. All right, I hope that's right. All right, so let's do. Is yours lived? he's like, Paragon, I've come to bargain. I said, nah, you came to die. We did. Oh, 1 second. Okay, I mean, we could run it again like this if you want. I have no problem. All right, let me see what I'm gonna support it with. All right, so it's a mixed bag. No match starting, which is nice. Okay, let's do it again then. All right, so we got. I could bring a foreigner, a saber, and a caster. Okay. Alright, they want Sava. Oh no, caster. I could bring caster. And I could bring foreigner. Like my Hokusai. This, and a saber. I could bring both Hokusais. All right, I'd say that's pretty good. Yeah, let's go like that. Oh. Did you hear that, Paragon? They're going to publicly execute. I heard. We've got to do something. Easy there, young man. I can't have you running off yet again when we've only just reestablished our connection. Just to make sure you are safe and sound back in the Alliance base, yes? Good. Now, hold on just a moment. I just finished going over your latest reports, and I need a moment to think. Putting aside the fact that your recent run-in with Tamamo Koyanskaya is condensed into a single line that simply says, encounter and fought Tamamo Koyanskaya. Oh yes, I took the liberty of abridging our battle reports, as she continues to be a rather sore subject for Gordov. In the meantime, I would appreciate if you kept the truth about her identity just between us, at least until our mission here is concluded. Gotcha. I see, why are you all hushed up over there? We can hardly afford to be confused right now. I also see that Grand Summon Article Aether is now in your possession. Good, good, good. It's most unfortunate that this collaborator, Queen Europa, was captured. It's also a great shame you lost a capable ally in Prometheus Hephaestus, and that the enemy now knows about your underground hideout. However, in spite of all that, we are by no means at a disadvantage. Thankfully, Queen Europa's execution does not change our situation, which is the most important thing. Really, now that the Aether is safely in our possession, it seems to me her role in the operation is over. Am I wrong? Well, yeah, true. I doubt the collaborator will have a major part to play from here on. While this will, of course, be easier said than done, for the final phase of Operation God Destroyer, we need to only activate Aether in front of Zeus. So we're gonna summon a grand servant in front of him and say, "Alright, square up with it." As such, painful though it may be, there is nothing for us to gain by rescuing Queen Europa from her public execution. If anything, the prudent thing would be to stay far away, as it is very likely a trap designed to lure us in and wipe us all out at once. Here, even I can see what obvious trap that this is. And besides, the fact is, at this point, whatever happens to her has no effect on us. Yes, no effect at all. You do understand what I'm getting at, don't you? Listen, this is difficult to say, but... just let her die? Is that what you're saying? Just let her die? We are fighting a war. In times of war, one must sometimes make unpleasant decisions, even be callous. So we gotta hit her with that Queen of Sheba treatment. So, as one who has walked the path of cruelty and callousness myself, let me offer you this advice. Now is not the time to deliberate. Whatever you decide, I urge you to make your choice quickly. So, you think we should make up our minds soon, Emperor Caligula? Indeed, I do, Shield Maiden. Right now, our ultimate objective is to cut down the Tree of Emptiness. And to do that, we'll also need to slay Zeus. Of course, we know what will happen if we're successful. Cutting down the Tree of Emptiness will end this Lostbelt, causing all of Olympus to disappear. And Adele and me will probably both end up dying. Oh, we've never been able to observe from the inside exactly what happens to a Lostbelt when it disappears from Earth. So I can't say for sure what will happen. But yes, we expect everything will disappear. And the chance of any life forms inside the Lostbelt surviving is vanishingly small. Yes, we understand. The gods once told us that the destruction of the Tree of Emptiness would mean the death of all Olympus. We knew that, and we still chose to remain in the God Destroyer Alliance. Even if we're all going to die anyway once we succeed, Queen Europa doesn't deserve to be executed. She should at least have a more dignified death. No, that's not it. That's not really how I feel. There's only a pretext, an excuse. Everyone in Olympus gave up on being a father, or a mother, or any other kind of parental figure long ago. They're all just things to be protected. Mindless reeds who never think about anything besides prostrating themselves before the gods. But something about Lady Europa reminded me of my mother. I see, so she doesn't see humans like you and Miss Adele as mere things to be protected, but rather as children whom she wants to learn and grow, as a true parent would. Yeah, that's right. I know we only spent a tiny bit of time with her last night, but dang, she got them cooking skills though. We gotta bring her back. When I saw her grieving the 10,000 years we spent in stagnation, and how she and Adele laughed together, for a moment, it felt like I was looking at our mother again. Your mother? Oh, yeah, as far as Olympus is concerned, no, that's not it. As far as we're concerned, Queen Europa is the last mother to ever look out for us. She's the last person who ever wished for a future where we could learn and grow, That's why I want to witness the tree of emptiness destruction and face our final moments with her together. Your final moments, huh? Yes, that's how we feel. Sister, I feel the same way, Macarios. There is dignity in death. As an anti-hero who stole that dignity from far too many people, Paragon, I too would ask that you grant their wish, so that the end of all things past may at least be a peaceful one. Alright. Indeed, this is also the wish held by many lives I stole, lives that were lost thousands of years ago, and whose wish even now resonates firmly within my soul. I don't get it. I just don't get it. I could never make a choice that I knew would result in my death. Hell, I don't even want to think about making one, or to remember that such choices even exist. But that being said, I would never reject another's choice made under such circumstances. Neither would I mock or deride it. I just find it very sad. And I do understand that if there was only one thing one could ask for in their final moments. Yeah, they're talking a lot here. It would be to share those moments with someone precious to them. Well, not me, of course. Certainly not me, as a mage. My mind easily transcends such mundane human concerns. At any rate, very well. Adele and Macarios, I understand how you feel. So I think under the circumstances, okay? Let's go start Queen Europa's execution. Right, exactly. Besides, you two have done nothing but help us ever since we arrived. And while I like to reward you at the moment, I can't even present you with a single freshly baked croissant. So, while this will undoubtedly be risky, if this is the best reward the God Destroyer Alliance could ask for, then we at Cowley are more than willing to help. Hang on, you already agreed. Why couldn't you have let me finish my little speech first? Because I was already sure you agreed. Well, you guys, thank you so much. We know we're being very selfish, but selfish my ass, you don't need to thank us. Besides, we know plenty well by now how far you two are willing to go for what you believe in. I barely remember what my own mother looked like, but if I could, I'm sure I'd have wanted to protect her too. So yeah, no way we're gonna ignore your requests and go our separate ways after everything you've done for us. Yeah. It seems like you reached an agreement. Then our next stop is Great Orbital Shrine Olympia Dodona. Finally, Operation God Destroyer will be taking the fight to the enemy. You guys better not mess up this last part. Like you guys did? Could have dished it back out. He's like, better not be messing up this last part. Like, you mean like you did, Mordred? Now. We want to encourage them, not discourage them. Good luck, everyone. See, that's the right AI. That's a good AI. Oh yeah, it's time for the final golden attack. Let's go teach that asshole Zeus a thing or two. But first, kindness. She's been quiet. Oh, you finally wrapped the sappy crap. About dang time. Also, you know your samurai intuition or whatever can be kind of creepy. Kindness, you were in your spirit form? Pick up your dang shield. You sense that? That's official guards headed into every dang room in the underground. I knew these scurry bastards must have tipped them off about us. Check it out. They're crawling up our collective ass, even as we speak. Kindness is right. I'm picking up dozens of clearly hostile magical energy signals near the Alliance base. Vote. Target spotted. There you are, vile Chaldeans. I see the God Destroyer Alliance is here too. Listen up, you scum. Do what we say, and we'll grant you the mercy of painless death. But if you should show the slightest hint of resistance, we will bring the full force of Olympus' official guard down upon your heads. What is your answer? Get ready to fight. Get ready for the next battle. Understood. Activating Ortanix emergency combat mode. Engaging auto maintenance functionality. Output at 60, 70. Stabilize at just over 70%. The Aegis protection is still in effect. Commencing battle. Alright. So it's just trash mobs. So your beast might survive this encounter. Oh, it's definitely surviving. This was overkill for trash mobs. All hostiles have been temporarily disappeared. We've subdued the guards. Ha, these guards are nothing now. I must have gotten even stronger than I was before. We all know they're just as tough as ever, Kindness. We just happen to have momentum on our side at the moment. But that won't be the case if we have to face 2 more waves in here. So we better get, well, the getting is good. I know, I just felt like saying it. And why the hell do you talk so weirdly sometimes? Cut it out. It gets on my nerves. Now, what you got against cowgirls? We ain't nothing if not Charmin's all out get out. We'll have to abandon this base. Come on. We can get to the surface from the southern quarter. Hurry. Nikola Tesla, heroic spirits. Well, this doesn't look good. I'm afraid our circuits were damaged during this battle. I hate to say it, but it seems this is as far as we go. But please don't worry about us, my lady. We've already said our goodbyes. At least our heroic spirit selves have remembered we're just AIs, using their personas. Indeed, and they certainly couldn't program emotions into us on top of everything else. So while we may not feel sad at this parting, it was still an honor to have fought by your sides, even if we are only heartless AIs. Not at all, the honor was all ours. I hope we all get to see each other again someday. Didn't I just tell you, we're AIs, not heroic spirits. We're not going to be summoned again like... Wait, of course, you already know that. Yes, we agree. It would be wonderful to see each other again someday. Well, goodbye, Paragon. Take care. I like how Helena was the only one who had alright, the final saying goodbye. We're currently directly underneath Central Altar Town. We should be able to see the great orbital shrine up in the sky once we reach the surface. Our first step will be to escape to the surface, while our second will be to use the aircraft to take flight. From there, we'll make our way directly to the shrine. Will that work, Marcarios? Shouldn't be a problem. Hey, Mustache. Are you talking to me? What is it? Do you have an issue with my decision? Nah, I'm sure you didn't make the call lightly. Nah, if you just agreed to go along on the spur of the moment because a twin speech moved you or some crap, then I'd be smashing your fat face in. But nah, you were actually weirdly persuasive back there. Hey, Gordon Music. You used my name. What is it now? Once we leave this base, we're gonna be fighting off enemies left and right. So since we might not get another chance to talk, I'm gonna go ahead and say this now. I will kill Zeus. On that, you have my word. And when I do, we'll officially be even. You good with that? Absolutely. That sounds more than acceptable. Good luck, Kindness. Also, once you all take to the skies, we'll be right behind you, the Storm Border. Oh, so the Storm Border will be joining the fray as well. Now it's truly starting to feel like the final showdown is upon us. While I doubt we'll be able to control the skies completely, we can at least throw them into confusion. We can't do that much, right, Technical Advisor? Yeah, we can. I personally guarantee it. At long last, it's time for us to take to the skies to Olympus. Da Vinci, you're back from recovery. Captain just about back up on his feet now, too. From here on, the Storm Border will be here to back you guys up. First, we need to get to the rebooted, but once we do that, we'll be ready to unveil its special flight capabilities. Which means the next time we see each other, it will be up in the big blue yonder. So make sure you survive long enough to take flight, and we'll do our best to survive long enough to reach the great orbital shrine's airspace. Sounds good. I'm sorry to interrupt, Kadok, but we've got wyverns. Are you kidding me? I just defeated a servant. I'm running on fumes here. Oh, I see. Unfortunately, I still have a little magical spirit myself. Oh, is that so? Must be nice for you, being a hotshot elite with magical circuits out your ass. Dang it, what the hell's with all those wyverns? I can't believe they're actually blotting out the sky. Not even the trophiest of trophy blockbusters will resort to a played-out cliche like this. What are the two masters alone supposed to do against numbers like that? You said it. I would expect the French of all people to go with something more avant-garde. What the hell kind of snark is that? Just because I'm using movie comparison doesn't mean you should too. Oh, come on. You're just sulking. I'm the one who feels like sulking. Oh, come on. Just get out of here. There's no way we can win. His face gets twisted so fast. That's a very unexpected expression from him. First, we're going to find a ley line. Then we're going to summon a servant and start fighting back. Got that, Wuding? I'm sure as hell not giving up without a fight. We can't afford to lose. Not with all of humanity counting on us. I already took my tendency to whine and my inferiority complex and tossed him in the seeing yesterday. So I'm ready to do this thing one way or another. So he's turned a new leaf. He's a different Kadok. Yes, exactly, Kadok. You're a much stronger, more obstinate mage than you give yourself credit for. Good grief, just our luck with this one would be Rome, where seasoned emperors are alive and well. I wonder if the 5 god emperors are here too. I always secretly admired Emperor Hadarian. Didn't I warn you to keep that sort of fanboying to a minimum, Wuding? As if what you babbled about in France wasn't bad enough. Hold on, Ophelia. If we use the Arc de Triomphe as a catalyst, do you think we could summon Napoleon? I couldn't believe it. Besides, the Singularity was in 1431, and the Arc de Triomphe de Etoile wasn't built until 1836. So it wouldn't even have been there in the first place. I'm not so sure. If history becomes muddled in singularities, why would not space-time too? Please try to take this seriously. Whatever happened to your usual cool-headed self? Alright, listen up. I'll handle direct combat. You'll handle things like negotiating with the locals, ascertaining the situation, and coming up with plans. Any objections? Not at all. You're much more capable in battle than I am, so I'm happy to let you take care of it. Oh, I tell you, I didn't even know you were capable of being so accommodating. Do I really have to remind you that we're the last 2 masters who have been entrusted with restoring humanity? This is the whole reason we were invited to Chaldea. We can't afford to make so much of a single mistake. So let's go. We'll do what we came here to do, Wuding. It's our duty. Come now, Hinako. You should know better than to go out of the deck without taking proper precautions. After all, you're, well, you know what you are, right? Won't you drown the moment you fall into the sea? I think that you know what you're talking about that can't handle running water on a Western thing. Whatever the case, it has no bearing on me. I do know what I am, and it isn't what you seem to think. She knows she's a vampire. I'm just an ordinary mage, a master like any other. You know, that's how I've been presenting myself all this time. If you knew my secret all along, Why are you only now bringing it up? I wish I could take credit for figuring it out sooner, but I can't. I honestly had no idea. I knew you were hiding something, of course. But I hadn't realized you were, you know what, until the singularity. It was quite the shock. Alright, you may. I never would have guessed you were hiding something this, well, I don't know if serious is the right word, but it's certainly fascinating. Fascinating my foot. This is a matter of life and death for me, you know. Also, why did you get to be so insensitive? I could have sworn you were a lot more tactful back at Chaldea. Oh, excuse me. I'm sorry. You're right. I shouldn't have been so careless with someone else's secrets. I suppose this singularity just feels so open and liberating compared to the others we've seen so far. That ended up being a bit more freewheeling than usual. So we've been both putting on an act then. Now it's my turn to be shocked. I had no idea you were such a good listener. You remind me of someone I once knew a long time ago. He also acted and spoke like a perfect noble, yet he was surprisingly easygoing and soft on the inside. He was too kind for his own good too, so much that he ended up poisoning himself just to keep the peace around him. If that's what you really like to, are you sure we'll be okay going forward? You do know we're the only ones left who can restore humanity, right? Well, not that it matters much to me either way. I couldn't care less if human history keeps going or not. So if I ever get bored of all this and bail, you'll have to figure out the rest of all on your own. So we're gonna go like through all the servants. I mean the other masters. Then we did Kadak first. We're doing Hinako next. No, we did Ophelia afterwards. Then we did Hinako. And then after that, Pepe, I guess, is the one after this one, yep. It's hard to believe there's a singularity in London as well. Even the Mage Association is nowhere to be found. At least it looks like the clock tower underground is still the same. What do you make of this Miss Beryl? What's Beryl time? It's definitely not cursed. This toxic fog is based in silence. I bet there's a giant boiler or something belching it out somewhere. I mean, we're dealing with the Industrial Revolution now, yeah? Man, my old lady hated this age with a passion. Said it made her little house in the woods even more unbearable to live in. What about you? Is this mist affecting your magical circuits? Ah, thanks, Trish. I didn't know you cared, but don't worry, I'm totally fine. My old lady's the only one who hated consumer culture. Me, I'm A-okay with it. Trust me, when it comes to settling scores, I'll take a trusty pistol over finicky magecraft any day of the week. True, I have to agree with you there, but only as long as your opponent is vulnerable to firearms. Yeah, that's a good point. I'm pretty much all ghosts and automata here. It's pretty much all ghosts and automata here, okay. Whatever, I guess I can act like a mage and do some actual magecraft for once. Alright, Chris. So most bad guys tend to make their hideouts underground. Let's go find the nearest subway station so we can crush them and move on. I gotta say though, between the two of us, I'm not too worried. Sure, I was kinda shocked when I found out the rest of the team has been killed, but as long as you're around, I figure we'll be fine. But watch yourself, you hear? I'm not just weak, I'm notoriously fickle too. If we're not careful, I could just as well end up going over to the enemy side. So just keep one hand on the reins while you're out there trying to thread the needle, okay? I can't believe we need to cross the entire American continent on foot. That alone has got to make this the most difficult singularity so far. What I wouldn't give for a jet plane right now. Hell, I even take a helicopter. Now, that's enough whining out of you, mister. It's only been 300 kilometers so far, right? We'll be at a city where we can get a hold of a car soon enough. Oh, I wonder if they'll have a pickup truck. You must have some very strong legs, Pepe. What was your movement technique called again? Jinkutsu? One of the 6 Segotu Rogotsunsu? I've been using Magecraft to enhance my own legs, but that only goes so far. I'm certainly not going to be able running a marathon anytime soon. Come now, Cristadia. Didn't I tell you to call me by my real name? It's Morinji Aru, remember? I figure it's the least I can do to show you a bit of respect after everything you've been through. Is that one of your powers too? Right, you are. Tashitsu. The power to read others' minds. Though in my case, I can only tell the color of others' aura. Still, with a color scheme as complex as yours, that's enough to give me a pretty good idea. I tell you, gods can be so cruel, and you've done absolutely nothing but help us. Anyway, tell me, when do you think I'll croak? With singularity? If I know that ahead of time, I won't have to hold anything back. And that might help me be at least a little help to you. I really can't say, but I do know that no one has ever made it past the halfway point. And we're at the 3rd singularity right now, which means we'll be at that point ourselves soon. But in your case, you think I could stick around helping you out to the end? It would certainly be lovely if you were right. But unfortunately, there's one more power I have. Rojitsu. It tells me how long I'm going to live and what my destiny will be. And it's telling me there's no way I'm going to make it to the end. Rojitsu, I see. So that's why you were always so fatalistic. You were unfailingly considerate of everyone else's back in Chaldea, but when it came to yourself, you only went through the motions. I always found it strange how someone so kind to others could be so cold to himself. Please don't look at me like that, hon. Trust me, I feel way worse about this than you do. I don't know how many times you've done this before, but you did say that everyone else died partway through, right? So you must have managed to finish the job on your own, and I'm sure that's just what you'll do this time too, even if you have to fight back your tears over my death. That's why I want you to know my real name. For me, this whole journey has been like a dream. When I come back to life, it'll be like it never happened. But if you use my real name, that'll be all my true self needs to know. I can trust you. And that you really are the right person to lead us. Yes, I suppose it would. You always have been the most observant member of Team A. Nope. Okay. That's all of them. Is something wrong, Wuding? Your mind seems to be closed off. Aren't you the one who asked to see me? You're right, my apologies, Zeus. He was just reminiscing in the past. I was just reminiscing a bit, and I just have been more lost in thought than I realized. I hope you can forgive my rudeness, however unintentional it was. I'm only human after all. It's difficult for me to concentrate with your divine aura this close by. Huh. What's so funny? I'm here because I'm concerned about you, you know. I wanted to talk to you about Queen Europa's execution. I don't think you should go through with it. Not only for her sake, but for yours as well. The revelation has been proclaimed. My decision will not be overturned. I understand it is a fatal choice for me, but it is what must be done to maintain order in Olympus. It is what must be done for your world, that named us as gods. I seek not to protect myself, but Olympus, or rather, the miracle that is the world we only managed to find after years spent wandering. You know, now that you mention it, you never did tell me the story of why you all crossed the Sea of Stars. I suppose I haven't, have I? It was a very, very long journey. Oh my goodness. And he's gonna get his backstory too? All in one note? Hold on, let me get my water. Where's my water at? One second, drinking this water. I feel he's gonna go on a tangent. Alright. Zeus's backstory. Why'd you do it? Alright, let me get up. Before the intelligence that created us died out, they sent us on a meaningless expedition without so much as a single life form aboard us. Our very universe was on the brink of death. So our flagship, Chaos, exhausted 97% of their resources to send us to your universe. When we arrived, we found this universe to be brimming with life. But we were still unable to locate a planet that met the landing conditions with which we had been programmed. We spent thousands upon thousands of years looking until there were only a scant few of us left. Unable to maintain our convoy, most of our functions ended up wearing away and fusing together. Then, just as we had come to terms with our fate and accepted our journey was about to end with our goal unaccomplished, we discovered this planet. It was a miracle, a planet that met 78% of our landing conditions. So they just colonized it. We quickly made an emergency crash, landing on this planet's surface, and the rest, you know. You humans gave us names, even me. In our fleet, the only ship with a name was our flagship, Chaos, and Chaos never landed on this planet. After the first Machia, I became our fleet's flagship and Chaos's place. Once we were only functions, but then you humans gave us names, believed us to have personalities, and worshipped us as precious beings. We were uncertain of how to respond. The names, the personalities, the worship, none of it was important or even useful for voyaging. And yet, you were so delighted, so you decided to accept the faith people put in you. Yes, we were delighted. It was the first time we had ever known joy. Joy was a function we neither anticipated nor needed. But we also could not bring ourselves to abandon it. Is that they got a sip of the Kool-Aid. They was like, I can't put it down. He's like, oh. In the end, we all agreed to operate from the point on not as function, but as gods. But I was the only one who understood that putting down roots on this planet would mean turning our backs on our original directive. It was not to ensure the people of other celestial bodies flourish, but to revive our home planet. I see, so you decided to conduct yourselves as though you were a god, or rather, you changed your own programming. And you did so in order to protect the people of Earth, of Olympus, no matter what it may cost. I feel like, right here, they're forcing the Zeus backstory to come out through Christadia. Because when Kalia gets up here, it's going to be straight hands, you know, like, it's not going to be like, oh, why don't we're screw your backstory, run them hands, right? So that's what it is. So right now we're getting the peaceful exchange of the backstory here. That meant ruling over not just the people of Earth, but the 12 Olympians as well. You encroached on the other godships' roles and overstepped your bounds, and did so knowingly. And by integrating all functions within yourself, you became an all-powerful god. Why? It was the only way to resolve an otherwise insurmountable problem. 14,000 years ago, a calamity made its way to this planet. I knew that something like the White Titan Sephar, a planetary envoy and destroyer of civilization, existed somewhere in this universe. But I never expected it to make its way to this planet. Sephar was an invasive weapon, a being capable of destroying entire civilization, whose threat only grew greater the more time passed. There was no time to discuss what to do with the other godships. So I took control of the other 12 Olympians' functions, became a single godship, and drove off Sephar. Thanks to that, Olympus was saved. But the other godships all came to hate me. And who can blame them? I stole their functions knowing it will lead them to ostracize me. Dang! He had to do it though. He did it to save Earth. That's why he overthrew the other 12 ships. While all the other godships had the same integration ability, I was the only one who had chose to use it. He chose to be a transformer and attach all of them to him. I was the only one who overstepped my bounds. I was the only ship who went mad. You're wrong there, Zeus. In that moment, as far as this world's people were concerned, you were the only true god. My story is just like yours, Zeus. I was changed in a way I never would have experienced if I stayed solely within the bounds of my assigned destiny. All of a sudden, I had motivations I never had been expected to have, and a goal far beyond my reach. All this excess drastically disrupted what my life was originally supposed to be. But even so, I decided to dedicate the rest of my life to that so-called excess. Ever since, it has been my guiding principle, the most important thing in my life. I understand, Zeus. All you did was decide to leave your past self behind in order to save those who gave you meaning. Yeah, he could have just idly stand by and let Sephar have his wave of civilization and then move on. I'm hearing a lot of commotion on the surface. It seems Kali has made their way here to rescue my queen. How is that tree venting is faring, Wooding? It won't be long until it's ready. Once it is, the only remaining step will be to have one of us to use it. If you like to use it now, I could always deal with Kali myself. No, if they are here to save Europa, then I should be the one to greet them. I feel like Zeus would be the type of guy to say, okay, you know what? I actually didn't want to really execute her, so I'm holding stuff back. That way I don't have to do it. And then Europa's gonna like make him weakened somehow. I will save the tree of emptiness for after I have both eliminated Chaldea and defeated you. That certainly sounds ideal to me. But are you sure that's what you want too? It is. This is the only way I can repay you. I'm going to erase this terminal now. It will be the last self of mine I ever make for conversing with a human. Thank you, Cristadia. You gave me something I never had. Something I could never have hoped for once I became all-powerful and became my ruler of Olympus. I never had a chance to share my burdens with either Hades or Poseidon, but I did with you. Farewell, young mage. Farewell, friend. He has ascended to godhood. And farewell to you, king of the gods. I hold you in the highest respect. Alright. Alright, let's see what you got here. See what's on the menu. We made it to the surface. I don't see any civilization in our vicinity. Checking magical energy signals now. Multiple magical energy signals detected. Hostiles closing in from all directions. I expect we're in for a string of fights, Paragon. Adele Macaris, you two take care of the aircraft. We'll make sure the Stamphelius is ready to go at any time. We can start flying as soon as we find the opening. Here they come. I am surprised to see such great phantasmals sent out to do battle in the middle of a city, but then I suppose the Greek gods would never do anything by half measures. Ah, now we're talking. I love killing big nasties. Come on, those of you with a death wish. No, scratch that. Those of you who want to die by my spear, come at me. Wow, nice. And now I feel silly for even thinking you might be bored. It's great having you on our side, kindness. You know, now that we're coming up on the final battle, I think I'd get dressed up for the occasion. She got buffed. Dang. What's with the outfit? Isn't it gonna get in the way of fighting? You don't want to get ripped in battle, do you? On some Seguran Kagura level. Ah, you really think I'd save my best outfit for my victory homecoming? I'm Lady Musashi. Gotta look my best while I'm at my best. Alright, you creaky mechanical gods. Get a load of this. You two phantasmals. As heroic spirits, I might not be the same level as the great hero Hercules when he kicked your asses long ago. But as a soul inscribed in humanity, I'm still as strong as 1,000 soldiers in my own right. So come at me, steel phantasmal from the age of gods. I'll lay you all to rest in no time. Come on, let's do this thing. Are they gonna force me to use Musashi? Oh, thank goodness they didn't. Okay. Alright, let's see what we have here. Alright, here's one. Oh, there you go. Good timing. Alright, so let's see. It's a fun mixed bag. So I just sweep them with AoE. Thinking what's the ideal AoE? So we got single target, single target, single target, AoE. I think that was single target, buff, single target, AoE, buff, AoE, AoE, AoE. We can bring the power of Rome. Assassin, caster, okay. Rome, yeah, Romulus. Rider. Oh, Da Vinci. Okay, yeah, bring Da Vinci. Since these are trash mobs, we won't have any problems, so we just bring some fun units. We'll bring, her. Alright. All right, looks good to me.
へえ、モブにしては美味しいんじゃない。頼もしそう。甘い体験してく？
I want to save Roman for the next wave. Okay, good. That's not an art card.
黄金律にも種類があるのさ。ああ、とても楽しかったとも。デコレーションしちゃおう。
All right. Looks good enough, so let's go.
すべてを見よ。
オッケー。
我らの腕はすべてに届く。すべてを裂き、すべてを開く。いずれ空の彼方に栄える。エルアスピラーのアストラ。
So close.
OK。
I think I'll do this.
お望みかしら。ふむふむ。いくよ。芸術とは輝くものさ。
どうも。
All right.
私の宝具見たいのかい？
ローマ。
ほらほら早く。駆け抜けるは前人未到。未完の馬よ、輝ける轍を残せ。ああ、人生はとても楽しい。ビューティフルジャーニー。
Goodness. All right. Let's just do this.
まとめて出荷してあげる。たしなみ。
I should have done it the other one, but that's a-okay.
ちょっと驚くかも。
うん。
ほらほら早く。新作入ります。ドドドドドドドドドドド。特大女王ケーキ登場。食べ残しは許さないぞ。女王のちょっと。このアングルバッチリ。
Oh wait, that's attack down. Okay.
ふむふむ、任せて。せーの、降り注ぎます。ちょっと。
ロ、うん。
私に任せて。
人の輝き。 ロマンたるローマのそれ。
Alright. That was straightforward. Good, no one's here. Wooding's off meeting with Zeus. And since Kalia is bound to show up to save Europa, the alter egos are sure to be keeping their eyes on them. Everything's coming together just as I planned. Don't worry about anything else now, Kodak. If there's ever going to be a chance to sift through the data, this is it. You won't get another. I doubt they just left their whole plan laying around, but that's okay. I'll settle for anything they don't want me to know, even if it's just meeting logs. Meeting dogs. I'll settle for anything they don't want me to know, even if it's just meeting logs. Anything that might provide a clue to the foreign god's true identity. There, the terminal's on. Okay, Woodim, don't mind me. I'm just gonna take a little peek at your files here. He's got the need to know, and he wants to know. They're passwords protected figures. I don't have time to try to hack my way in. But let's see if I can guess your password. Crypter. Shit, just my luck. Let's see, 7 characters. Hang on, 7 characters, 7 crypters. What if... Is it master? Wait, M-A-S-T-E... Oh wait, M-A-S-T-E-R. No, it's not. What did you put in there? K-K-O-A-S-B-D. Cristadia, Ophelia, Beryl. No go, huh? Wait. Maybe use Pepe instead of Scandinavia? K-K-O-A-P-D-B. Seriously, I can't believe he... Nope, no time for that kind of crap now. I'm sick of being a bystander in all this. For now, I'll settle for seeing what you see. I'll figure out what I'm gonna do afterwards. Now what we got here? A regular scheduled report from Ophelia, based on the date this would have been when Kalia had captured me. Weird. Why is this the only file saved by itself? Sorry about this, Ophelia. I'm contacting you in regards to the relationship between the Lostbelts and the Tree of Emptiness. To clarify terms, I'm defining Lostbelts as an extension of the pruning theoretical phenomenon, an alternative history that could never exist on Earth as part of proper human history. And the Tree of Emptiness are the anchors holding these lost histories in place. This is witnessed by the fact that Tree of Emptiness and their respective Lostbelts are so closely tied together. All observation data we have for Lostbelt further substantiates this connection, leaving no room for doubt. As proof, we can look at the Russian Lostbelt, which is now disappearing as I speak now, that its Tree of Emptiness has been cut down. Yeah, she's talking about you, Kodak. The timeline definitely lines up. So the Russian Lostbelt disappearance would definitively prove the connection between Lostbelt and the Tree of Emptiness, huh? Yeah, that sounds right. However, the Russian Lostbelt disappearance only proves one particular trait about the Tree of Emptiness. There's still one major mystery remaining about the Lostbelts. How do they fill the gaps between when they were pruned from proper human history until they were replanted in the present day? That mystery is what I'm reporting in on today. The other day I heard something from the king of the Scandinavian Lostbelt, Skathискati, that points to one possible answer. She clearly remembers the events of the past few thousand years, and does so as though it were perfectly natural. What's more, she did so even while understanding that the Lostbelts, including her own, were cut off from proper human history because their continued existence was deemed extraneous. This means she is fully aware that nothing could have happened during the 7,000 years between when Ragnarok took place and the present day. And yet she and her Lostbelt all exist as though those several thousand years of lost history had actually taken place. Quite the contradiction. Of course, well, we can't make any definitive statements based on one king's single passing remark. I do feel confident enough to propose a hypothesis. I suspect that the blank period between when a lost belt was pruned and when it was replanted in the present day may have actually taken place inside each tree of emptiness. So each one of those have their own space. In Russia, that period would have been about 500 years. In Scandinavia, it would be about 3,000. In China, it would be about 2,200, and so on and so forth. To further expand on my hypothesis, I suspect that the tree of emptiness takes the point at which a lost belt history is pruned. And then simulate what would happen if that history had continued on from that point. So it's his own reality space from the tree. By doing so, the tree effectively proves that history's existence and the results of it is projected onto the planet itself. It was like a big genjutsu. If my hypothesis is correct, that would mean the trees are essentially creating history, not rewriting it. Not even a Demiurge-class divine spirit that once ruled the entire planet could wield this kind of authority on Earth in the present day. Lord Custodio Wudim. Just what is the foreign god anyway? The foreign god, huh? Guess you didn't know, Ophelia. Me neither. No, it's not just you and me. None of us cryptors know what the foreign god looks like. All we know is there's something that resurrected us from our coffins in exchange for making us raise lost belts. Except William's the only one of us who's heard directly what the foreign god's goal is. What's this text file over here by itself? Looks like some kind of note. Gotta say, Woodings, between this and the easily guessable password, you're getting sloppy. What if he wanted it to be purposely found? Maybe that was just like, I wanted you to find that. All according to Wooding's plan. Hang on. Is this really a plain text file? What is this? On the trees of emptiness and the bleached earth phenomenon. Oh wait, it's talking about the next thing, the bleached earth. With the exception of us cryptors and the alter egos, the trees of emptiness are the only method the foreign god has employed to tamper with earth. We therefore interpret this phenomenon as signifying that it was the tree of emptiness that wiped earth clean when they descended to the ground. However, after reviewing and reanalyzing the data taken from the earth's surface, I'm no longer so sure. To come straight to the point, we may have been mistaken. The tree of emptiness only appeared after earth had been bleached. This order of events is crucial. I don't know which of the cryptors will end up viewing this file, but whoever it is, I hope they find it useful. Huh, you're telling me the trees of emptiness only came down to earth after it had been wiped clean? But that doesn't make any sense. They need fertile ground in order to grow. I thought for sure it was the tree of emptiness that wiped out the earth and humanity. So there was something that cleaned it out completely, and then a tree was planted. But if Earth had already been bleached before the true emptiness showed up, then why make them or the Lost Belts at all? Wait, what if the foreign god wanted to get rid of humanity? They wouldn't bother making Lost Belts in the first place. If anything, it seems to me like the whole reason they want to see a bunch of different possible human histories is because they don't know anything about us. Or maybe they're like, this is my precious cattle, you know? It's like, alright, I ate the whole field again, and like a crop, right? You gotta make it grow, and then destroy it again. Like, sort of what Arjuna did, right? He's like, this is my domain. He's like, alright, this is almost perfect. Except he did it for a perfect universe. What if the foreign one is like, no, we're gonna grow it like cattle. And then, alright, wipe it clean, put another tree in there, grow it out. But then why? Maybe the bleaching wasn't to wipe out humanity, but to make an environment they could set foot in. Yeah. Maybe they only got rid of humanity because they had no other choice. Maybe a world covered in pure white, brand new textures is the only kind of world the foreign god can visit. But then, if that were the case, the Lost Belt will only get in the way. So what are they in the Tree of Emptiness for? Dang it, I'm just going around in circles. There's still some crucial piece of information I'm missing. Ah, just my luck. There's too many files on this terminal to find the data I need. And why are these folders scattered all over the place? Is it some kind of anti-hacking measure or something? Crap, I was hoping I wouldn't have to touch the big files, but at this rate I have to copy everything. The foreign god. There's no question that they're an aggressor, and they can't coexist with our history. As for the whole god thing, it's way more likely they're a new kind of life form we know nothing about. And God is just the best word we have for it. So why make the Lost Belts? Why use us at all? Is it because they still don't know much about Earth? Nah, that can't be it. We're talking about being capable of wiping the whole planet clean in a second. Come on, Cadillac, think. There's no way the foreign god doesn't know the first thing about Earth or humanity. They must have done their homework, or they wouldn't have known to attack us, Chaldea, before making any other moves. So from that, you can tell that the foreign god is really, really cautious, which is why they're so careful about keeping their identity a secret. Zeus is omnipotent and omniscient, so he doesn't bother to hide who he is. He also had no problem crushing any form of descent himself. The foreign god's not at that level yet, which is why they're still so careful about any information pertaining to them. That's it. The foreign god's got one major fatal flaw. They don't have a physical body yet. If they did, even if it was just a divided spirit or a terminal, they wouldn't have to rely on anyone else. That's why they enlisted the alter egos and us cryptors to be their hands in this world. Rasputin, Limbo, Muramasa. Why would a foreign god use heroic spirits from Earth? They might have dressed their alter ego disciples up a little, but they're still figures taken from our history. Hang on, what if the foreign god can only make use of things on Earth? No, it's not even that. They can only use things from the past, things that used to be on Earth. At some point, the foreign god plans on descending to Earth. At least that's what they told Woodim. And once the tree of emptiness is fully grown, it'll become the foreign god's body. So what happens after that? Maybe when the foreign god descends and incarnates on Earth, they're going to base their body on the data about Earth we've been collecting for them. And yeah, that's not a bad theory. But the foreign god absolutely has to have local life forms. Then it must be for output. No wait, for reference. And from there, as long as the foreign god can guide the local life form successfully. My, how very perceptive. I see. It would seem that given enough time, humans will indeed cease to be mindless reeds and start reaching conclusions of their own. Oh no! I used to laugh at the idea that a few cryptors putting their heads together could ever arrive at the truth. But now that I see how close you've come to figuring out the foreign god's true nature, it's clear I underestimated you, Lord Kadok. Crap, an alter ego. Indeed, it is I, Limbo. Limbo da. Dang. This simply won't do, Lord Kadok. No, it simply won't do at all. If you're going to go snooping around like a spy, you must be more prepared for the possible consequences. Don't you agree? Wait, oh I see. I suppose you were prepared after all. Well, I do beg your pardon. I didn't realize the flimsy little shield around your body was meant to provide meaningful protection. Damn it. Oh yes, I'm terribly sorry. It seems I've gone and punctured your little spells. Oh, this wound being quite fatal. I'm afraid this is as far as you go. Much as I hope to see you again one day, that seems rather unlikely now, alas. You alter ego. So tell me, have you shared this pet theory of yours with any of the other cryptors? For example, should I assume Cristadio Wudim has reached the same conclusion as you have? But no, he hasn't. He never permitted himself to do such a thing. He's very smart after all, so he knows he'll be disposed of if he should arrive at the truth. That's why he kept his thoughts strictly as raw data, rather than mulling them over and drawing conclusions. No wonder the foreign god chose him for their executor. Oh my, I do apologize. I completely forgot about the pain curse I still had embedded in my nails. No wonder you can't answer my questions then. How careless of me. Well then, pitiful cryptor without a lost belt. Dang, kicking one is down, why won't you? It was seeing this is goodbye. Alright, let's see. Alright, that's one. Oh, there you are. Okay. Alright, let's see what you got here. A part of me wants to say this is not a boss fight. I think it's just more mobs you're going through. Wait, he got the two same units in two different spots? No way. How did he do that? Alright. Alright, let me go over here. Rider. And Saber. If this is a boss, it's GG. Because I only brought it for like fun units. Okay, good.
さあ、赤組の勝利である。待っていろ。すぐに片付ける。クールダウン。ちょっと待って。やばくない。マウンバンサイだ。腕かし乗った。何の園だ。徹底的にな。せい。はあ。そこだ。バトンリレーは最高だな。ひゃっこいひゃっこい。ご注文でしたらそのように。何の園だ。江戸っ子はさっきの恋の吹き流し。しまったら東海道東都長州野州美濃都海道諸事諸国八幡一掃する。そうだ。胸食べたアイスの数など覚えてない。待っていろ。すぐに片付ける。了解した。乗った。そこだ。どこが悪いの。そこか。そうだ。クールダウン。ちょっと待って。乗った。ご注文でしたらそのように。そこだ。
Okay.
Engine を回せ。処刑の時間だ。
I don't think she can one-shot that. But I think May can one-shot this.
Yes. 参ります。ぴょーんとつこうか。公爵な。一点のミスだ。
Yo, how you doing, Christian? Are we doing well?
江戸っ子はさっきの恋の吹き流し。しまったら東海道東都長州野州美濃都海道諸事諸国八幡。あれれこれ待っていろ。すぐに片付く。クールダウン。ちょっと待って。
I'm doing pretty well. Doing all right.
応援感謝で。バンバンサイだ。了解した。 乗った。徹底的にそこだ。一掃する。1見ているがよい。ご注文でした。そのように。トー一掃する。待っていろ。すぐに片付ける。了解した。ご注文徹底的に見ているがよい。容疑の悪いクールダウン。ちょっと待って。ランチは急箱と行こう。
Alright, I think, no. Nope. Nope. Nothing gives guts. Nope. Okay, well, we just go straight chain it. So that limpet shoulder is pretty tough. Oh, still got it though. All right. So that brings us, because I think we saw the summon gates. There was nothing there. Oh yeah, they have that guy, this person, story summon. Yeah, okay. So yeah, this is a just relax one type of deal. If I do get Angermania, we could do a story summon. So let's see what we get. Alright, nothing. Well, this was a longer stream than usual because there was a lot of lore involved in the. It's between Zeus and Cristadia. So that brings us to the end of this stream. So thank you all for coming out to the stream. You know, it was fun interacting. Good luck in lottery, of course, if you win the lottery. Good luck and all that. So y'all take it easy, and hopefully see you next time. Adios. Bye-bye. Alright, here we go.